Hey Eric, it's Manny from Wallace Chevrolet. This is the video I promised I'd send you today. So here is the jacked up 2015 Chevy Silverado. It's a 1LT package. Like I was telling you on the phone, you have the blacked out emblems. Now they're not vinyl wrapped. These are actually Chevy made emblems. So they replace the physical emblem. It's not just wrapped, so it's not going to chip or peel off on you. You have the wide fender flares right there, properly installed with the rubber lining, so it's not going to leak or rust on you. 35-inch Mickey Thompson mudders with Pro Comp rims. Here you can see the suspension lift inside. Chrome side steps with the black plastic insert just to keep them looking new for a long time to come. Ignore the truck month on the side. That was just, like I was saying, this was a show truck. And again, here you got the back wheels. And I'm going to try and sneak in there. As you can see the suspension setup. You got your spare tire underneath there, of course. At the back, a nice Borla exhaust system. Chrome tipped, obviously, just for the chrome and black look. Oh, beautiful truck. And again, black Chevy emblems back here. Now, one cool thing with the new Silverados is the box actually has a side step built into it, as well as a handle in there. So getting in and out of the bed, even without taking the tailgate down, really easy with that step. Another thing is, it's called an easy lift and lower tailgate. So I'm going to open this and just let it drop. Nice and slow. Nothing, no slamming, no anything. And of course, there's already the bed liner in there, covering back here, and your two little, I guess, cup holders. And again, easy lift, one-handed, just no effort needed. I'm going to come around to the other side now. Trying to get a wide profile, not the easiest thing to do here. Hang on. Just for some comparison, you can see the normal Sierra in the back, which is the same as the Silverado almost, and it's a lot bigger. I'm 6'2" and I can't even see nearly over this truck. Now, coming around to the back, of course you have your floor mats, the rubberized ones. Right now there's none in there just because I was cleaning it up for you, just to show you what it looks like. So you got 3 seats back here, the LED reading lights back there, your help me handle in case anyone is not trusting your driving. Of course, power windows, power locks, standard stuff back here. You have one cup holder in here, a little pocket over here, another pocket, and another 2 compartmentalized pockets back here, and of course your speaker. The back of the seat has the leather pocket map holder, they call it, but with a plastic lining. The plastic lining is nice because that way if you have any kids in the back or anyone in the back and they're kicking or anything, you're not damaging the actual cloth seats or getting them dirty. It's just a nice hard plastic that you can just wipe off afterwards. I'm going to come around to the front now. So with the passenger side, of course you have your reclining handle, fairly standard over here. There is a power lock over here and power window. Again, the chrome and black continues on the inside of the vehicle. You have the chrome door handles and then the actual black finish here and leather over here. And again, pocket over here, you have your little door handle and 3 pockets down here. 2 of them could be used as cup holders. So you can carry a lot more drinks than people in this thing. You have dual glove compartments and they both do lock, which is nice. So obviously you can just stick the key in there and then that one pops open. You have a USB port in here, so if you're ever charging your phone or anything, you can leave it in here and lock it up so no one can get to your valuable belongings. And then just a smaller one down here, just for your ownership or whatever suits your fancy. And the nice thing with this package is you actually have a 6-passenger truck. So you have the 1 seat in the middle, obviously the passenger and driver, and then in the back, same thing. You have the one over here, the one in the middle, and the one on the edge. Now, if you're only carrying 4 people, of course, that center console comes down to reveal 2 cup holders and an armrest just for some comfort and convenience. And in the front, same thing happens. You can actually bring this down. Doesn't look like a seat anymore. You have 3 cup holders, 3 compartments, and a nice little convenient place to keep your phone or anything you don't want moving around while you're driving. And here comes the fun part. There is obviously your wheel lock key, and I'm honestly not too sure what that is. But in the center, it's a massive center console. You have, of course, a 12-volt power outlet, 2 USB ports, an auxiliary port, and an SD card port, with a little built-in divider in here if you don't want your stuff moving around. Nice little features they put into this just for some convenience for you. And then that goes down and then just lifts right back up for the actual seat. You have another compartment underneath the middle seat, which is awesome for hiding anything, not in a sketchy way, but hiding any tablets, computers, GPS, anything like that. This way it's inaccessible. And again, there's another lock for that one up front, right there. Short of that, I'm going to hop into the driver's seat and go over some of the driver features with you. So while going around to the driver's seat, just wanted to give you that nice bold profile from the front. It's a mean looking truck, and hell, I wish I could have one of these right now. So hopping in here, of course you have color matched door handles, gas tank, everything matches so it all flows with the system. Now, here in the driver's seat, this is equipped with the tow package, which is really nice. So there's no additional accessories you'd need if you're towing anything. There's the trailer brake controller, of course, gain and all. You have your 4-wheel drive mode with the automatic feature. The automatic feature is a hell of an invention where it'll keep it in 2-wheel drive mode until the system deems that extra traction is necessary. So if you're sticking with rear-wheel drive, it's in normal automatic mode. As soon as, let's say, it starts realizing the truck is slipping, it'll engage the front wheels to help pull you or keep you in control of the situation. So I recommend that. Leaving it automatic. There's no work necessary. Unless you know you're going to be off-roading, you have 4-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive low, and there you go. And then, of course, your lights are fully automatic, but again, if you want to control them, all up to you. Otherwise, just leave them in automatic mode. So firing this thing up, I'm going to let you hear it. Nice deep rumble from that Borla exhaust system. Now, because the aftermarket rims and system we put in, the tire pressure monitor system has to be recoded, which hasn't been done yet. So my apologies for that, but everything will be done for when you come pick it up. I'm just gonna let her finish talking. So you have your oil pressure gauge, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, and your battery gauge to make sure everything in your car is functioning accordingly. Of course, your tachometer and your speedometer over there. Now on the shifter, it's really nice because you have the Tiptronic manual shifting mode up here, and at the edge is your trailer control, whether you know you're going to be towing or not. So when you hit that, that light comes on indicating that you're in tow mode. It changes the shift pattern and may not let it go into overdrive so you can tow what you're towing without damaging anything or not being able to move as such. Over here you have your windshield wipers, fairly standard. Down is 1 click in case it's just misting a little bit. And then as you move this up, it's different intermittence modes up until the top where it's consistent and then fast. To spray, just twist this. That's all she takes. Of course, going from park, just lift it down and it goes through the gears like that. And then M is manual. So when you're pressing the 1, you'll notice it shifts between 1 and 2, 3, and then it goes all the way up to 6. So you can choose whatever gear you want. In the center, you have the 4-inch touchscreen. Sorry, not touchscreen. The 4-inch screen to control your radio and all. So for example, you hit menu, it'll go through the different options here, or you click the home button and you can choose between the different options. OnStar Nav, that's a really cool feature. It connects to the OnStar system up here. And let me try and get that. There you go. So the OnStar system, you can call the OnStar operator, and let's say you have no idea where you are. You can ask them for directions wherever you want to go, and it syncs to the car. It's not a full nav system, but it gives you turn by turn, it's called. So as soon as you're approaching a turn, it'll tell you in 1 kilometer, make a left onto Park Street. So you have all that built in, which is a really cool feature. Now, OnStar, I'm not too sure if you're familiar with it, so I'm going to go over it briefly. OnStar system, for example, let's say you're ever in an accident, that SOS button you see over there. That SOS button basically sends out an emergency signal to OnStar, and they'll contact you right away in case something happens and you need assistance right away. The nice feature is where if you're ever in an accident and let's say your truck rolls over, for example, or you hit something on ice slide and you can't call anyone, you don't know what just happened, you're unconscious, for example. OnStar reaches out to you as soon as it detects an accident, and it will ask you, hello sir, are you okay? If you don't respond, it will dispatch emergency personnel to your location, which it knows because of GPS. So regardless of whatever happens, you're well protected in one of these. There's also Wi-Fi built into these trucks. I'm not sure if you knew that, but it is the most amazing feature I've ever heard of in my life. And you get 3 gigabytes free of charge when you activate your OnStar. So built into this car, you can create a hotspot for up to 7 devices to use the internet while you're going somewhere. So if you don't have a data plan, you need to find a Tim Hortons, car does it for you. You have Wi-Fi right away. It's amazing. Over here you have your, sorry, I digress. Over here we have your climate control system. So obviously your fan speed, temperature control, where the air comes out, AC. This is for your heated mirrors, which are nice, and they're timed. So you're not going to be basically wearing them out or destroying the mirrors like in older cars where there was no timer. And then down here you have your cargo box and traction control. I recommend you leave that on just because of the stability features and all that are incorporated into that. But I mean, if you ever want to, you're ever stuck somewhere and you need the wheel slippage to help get you going, or I guess just want to have a bit of fun, have at it, but I recommend you leave it on a majority of the time. On the steering wheel over here, you have your cruise control options. So to activate cruise, and then that light comes on at the bottom. Deactivate cruise, right there. Set and accelerate. And then on the other side, you have your voice recognition, which is nice for changing radio stations, connecting to your phone, controlling your phone, stuff like that. And then your hang up button for the built-in Bluetooth. These controls over here are for the screen in the middle, so I'm going to try and focus in on that. So you have a digital speedometer, a blank one if you don't want anything. Your fuel economy, as of right now, the bar in the middle fills up as you're driving. Whether you're driving well or not, it'll dictate where the bar is. And your average liter per 100K, or your best, when you were driving at one point you had the best fuel economy. Here are all your tire pressures. Now, like I said, because the rims are aftermarket and don't connect with the same systems, that function won't be there right now. And your oil life percentage. This is amazing because instead of following the typical 6,000K, 3-month, whatever, oil change gaps, let's say you're doing a lot of highway driving where your oil warms up properly and isn't wearing out from stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. This way you can go by when the oil life system detects that, hey, you know what, the oil is broken down enough, time for an oil change. I mean, in my Chevy, I've driven 4,000K and I still have like 75% oil left because it's all highway. So it'll save you some money there. And then you have your fuel range. So based on how much fuel you have right now and the way you've been driving, you can get 49 kilometers, for example. Now, because the truck is brand new and hasn't been driven very much, that number is going to be really low. As soon as you start driving it, it'll adapt to your driving situations. And then, of course, your trip computer and your fuel economy while in that trip. And then you have your trip A. And then when you hit the back button, that one, it takes you to this whole system right here. For example, if you're on the OnStar turn-by-turn navigation system, it'll it'll show you your directions on that screen. Your settings are over here. So what units you want. Now the cool thing with that is this is the first car I've ever seen in my life that when you click on that, let's say I want to go to US system. Look at the kilometers per hour, miles per hour now. So the speedometer, instead of trying to read the small numbers, if you ever go to the States, for example, it actually is reading in miles per hour now. The truck can't go 200 miles an hour, just putting that out there, but that'd be a hell of a truck if it could. So for example, 60 would be your 100 kilometers an hour, of course. So it's just a cool little feature if you're ever going to the States, for example. So all your different settings, info pages, speed warning, if you're going a certain speed and you want it to warn you so that it knows you're not going to, that you keep your speed under control, it'll do that. And then just some information about the car. You go to info or audio, for example, it'll show you what radio station you're listening to right now. So as I tune between the different channels, let me fire this up real quick. So audio. So I'm controlling that, and then as I go through it, it adapts over there as well as over here. So that's all controlled by there. If you go over here to phone, when you have your phone paired, it'll show you either if you're listening to music, if you're on the phone with someone, or if you're trying to call someone using the voice recognition, it'll show you the different options up there. And again, there's actually some buttons behind the steering wheel, I don't know how well I can get to them, over there, which switch between your favorites. Now there's no preset favorites on this side, and then here you have your volume control. So as you press that, volume goes up and down. So it's nicely placed right behind the steering wheel, so you're never taking your hands off the wheel in case you're off-roading or you're just driving and you don't want to distract yourself. All of it's right here behind. And then on this side, let me see if I can get to that. Yeah, there we go. Those are your different favorites. Now there are no favorites, so that message pops up, no favorites are stored. Alongside over here, this is a really cool feature. I forgot to ask if you have kids or not, so I'd like to know, but let me try focusing in on that. There you go. There's child lock that's digital in this car. So there's no need to go to every door and flick a switch. All you do, press that, and I'll let you listen. I hope you heard that click. That's signifying that all the doors are now child-proofed. Of course, not the driver door. And then on the other side, you have your window lock. So now no one can use their windows unless you allow them to. And then of course, all your windows, which are one touch automatic down, one touch automatic up. The other ones, the passenger side is automatic down, but not automatic up. So you have to hold it to come up. Same with the rear ones, they go automatically down, but not automatically up. Just as a safety feature so that you're not pinching your fingers or anything. And the nice part is the back ones are already pre-tinted a little bit. So, I mean, you can always increase it, or if you're happy with it, it does suit the truck nicely having the blacked out windows. I believe that's everything with the interior. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the outside of the truck again, and then that'll be all. So just to go over everything again, this model does have the 5.3 liter V8. It's the full 4x4 system, 1 LT package. Like I showed you, you have the adjustable seats, the screen in the middle. The driver's seat is height adjustable and reclining, of course. So use that to pump it up if you want to lift the seat up or down. Just go by that. Other side. Now one really cool thing with the back seats on these is they actually fold up. So if you just lift these up, the seat locks upwards, and you ever have any cargo and you don't want to put it on the seats, for example, truck bed's full, throw it back here, you have a full, nice carpeted interior, but it's a tough carpet, so it's not going to tear from placing materials on, and the seats come up. The other one does as well. And then back here you have two little cubbies and a 12-volt power outlet as well in the back. It's a very well designed truck. Every possible feature you can want in a jacked up pickup, you're gonna have in this thing. That's everything for now. If you can give me a call whenever you have some time at 226-868-7739. Look forward to hearing from you. Take care, Eric. Bye.